Hey guys, this is Sean Anthony making a Hyper Turbo video for HUSNG.com. I'll be playing Merge Regular Vosh1313, two-tabling him for about 15 minutes here. I think he is a pretty solid player based on past history. We've only played a couple hundred hands, probably 20 or 30 games, but he seems to know what he's doing, and he agreed to two-table the $50 games for this video. So hopefully we can get into some interesting spots here. Immediately he limps at 30 big blinds, which isn't standard for him given our history. I think it's either a misclick or it's going to be middling cards like a 7-8, 8-9, basically any two cards between a 7 and a jack, if he did have a limping range here. But it's just really weird because I hadn't seen him do it before at this stack depth. But I'm definitely going to float here. I'm going to call one straight with my twos, knowing that he's going to attack this board 100%. When I do hit my two pair, I'm going to check again because I expect him to be double barreling off in here. He's shown the tendency to double barrel anyway, so I'm hoping that he sees this board as a good one to triple barrel. When he checks, I'm betting this river for value because he shouldn't really have any 5x in his limping range, and based on past experience with him. And even if he did have 5x, I'd expect him to be continuing on a lot of turns, or on this 3x turn. So I'm betting for value here because I really don't expect him to have any better two-pair combinations. And I'm hoping he did check back a 10 or a 6 and is just trying to bluff catch me, which he ended up doing. So that worked out well for me. I like my value bet there. A couple of reads with him. He folds to a ton of 3-bets, 67% over 300 hands. And he flops, c-bets, and double barrels a ton. He doesn't really fold to my floats or to my flop c-bets that often either. He either float or check raise me, which is at 26% at this point. On the right, this is a board against some regulars that I will float on, just because I think Queen High will be good against regulars who open wide and tend to have a polarized c-betting range. Like against let's say against the player, a regular who c-bets 70 or 75%, I think this is a board where they will check back their ace highs, thinking that there's more value in bluff catching, like turns and rivers. So against a player like that, I expect when they flop c-bet, their range is polarized to, a 3x, king x, and middle pairs type hand, or just hands that queen 10 beats most of the time. So against a player that's c-betting 100%, he still has all his ace-x in his range, so that negates the equity we have from just our queen high being good. Also, he tends to double barrel, and there's just too many cards that he can continue on that we can't. It just puts us in tough spots. One positive of floating the c-bet is that our hand is kind of disguised. If we were to hit a queen or a 10, I'd expect those cards to be cards he just loves to double barrel on, thinking, his range just got stronger and ours got weaker. So we would definitely get additional equity from the 12% of the time that we do hit our queen or 10.